Hello everybody, welcome to episode 2 of ZonaCraft. That's what we'll be calling our series here. Super excited about that logo on the screen, think it looks awesome. But my name is Zona, and in today's episode we are going to be working on the Guardian farm you're seeing in the background right now. I will be leaving a link in the description to ZonaCraft's tutorial on that. Super easy farm, quick to set up, and it produces a lot of resources. But we will be taking the resources gained from this farm today to continue our main base, as well as add a new layer to our base. But I'm going to let this time lapse finish up, and once it's over, we'll head over to our main base. Alright, the Guardian farm is officially done. I've AFK'd overnight, and we've gotten quite a bit, and I've actually used quite a bit already. I've probably used at least a whole row. Easily a whole row. Now that I think about it, probably up to here, like all the way these, what is that, 13 slots of the prismarine shards. I've probably used a few of these as well. So I've made a whole shulker box of the lanterns, and I've used all of our squid ink. Basically, we got about 2 shulker boxes. Yeah, that farm's super easy to set up. You get a lot of materials very quickly. But we're gonna go ahead and take these ink sacks, convert them into some more dark prismarine right here, and we're gonna update our main base. So let's get started on that. Alright, real quick, just wanted to pop in here and show you the dark prismarine in there. I think it looks a lot better. I'm debating if I want to keep that jungle wood and maybe make it the oxidized copper as well. But once everything oxidizes, I think this place will look a lot better. But yeah, let's get to the building. Okay, so I got everything dug out and I got the dark oak pillars set up, but I realized I'm pretty much out of copper at this point unless I put it somewhere weird where I don't remember. But if you look in here, we have a couple stacks, and that's about it, and that's only going to get, I think, just one of these sections done as far as I'm aware. So I think I'm about to go do some mining real quick in some new terrain, so I will be back when I'm done with that. Alright, I am back from the mining trip. At least I'm pretty sure that's what I said I was doing. Grabbing some copper. I'm basically only focused on copper. And I did a pretty good job. So we have almost a row full of the blocks, plus a whole shulker box full. And these deep slate versions, which usually, unless it's like really common, like iron or something, I try to keep the deep slate version. Oops. As you can see, I've kept some iron, but like coal, like every time I find coal, I grab it. Silk touch, same with diamond. Although diamond's really not that rare now. But coal's super rare now. Copper doesn't seem super rare. I'm pretty sure gold is rare. But just a lot of these are a little bit more rare now, or a couple of them. Yeah, I just like the way they look, and if I ever do a build to where I want to implement them, I don't want to have to really look for them all over the place. One thing I'm noticing is I really need to change these beacons. I'm going to move them to the outside. I was about to say I was going to move them to the outside of the base, just like right on the other side of this wall or something, but then all the way down, I can never build anything there on any layer. So we might do 4 of them, like right here, right here, right here, right here, just to not obstruct the view as much. Although I'm not sure if I'll care about it as much as time goes on. Just like right now, I kind of want to look at it just because it's like brand new to me and you. But since I got all this copper, I kind of came to the realization that I don't want to go through and put them in all these blast furnaces like 5 times. Because that's a lot of copper. That's like 4 shulker boxes full of copper, basically, almost a little bit less. And again, I just don't want to place them all in blast furnaces. So I think today is the day we start the second layer. So I've got this all dug out, ready to go. We're gonna keep 3 blocks of just air in between the floor of the top floor and the ceiling of the next floor. Just for random stuff like redstone, and like for instances, I have my item frames in that block space to where if I remove that block space, then it would become an issue. So I think that gives me enough room to do whatever I need to do. Then also like builds like a potion room might have something like super tall. So I'll have to think about that. So 3 blocks might not even be enough in the long run. I'm hoping it is. Basically, I looked on YouTube at designs and didn't like a lot of them just because of plans I have for the future and how I'm going to use this furnace array. So for right now, I'm going to make my own. As you can see, pretty small furnace array. We're only using 12. And then in the future, I might expand that. Like if I ever make like a huge, like crazy furnace array or auto smelter, like one in Ethos World or something, I'll probably do like a dedicated build to that. If I ever do anything crazy like that, this base is kind of just like a everything in one. Nothing has to be super crazy. If I ever do like a huge storage room, like one for like everything in the game or something, I'll probably do like a dedicated build to that. And then again with the auto smelter, like a dedicated build somewhere else, just because I think it's cooler that way and I have a reason to go somewhere and do a different type of build. That's kind of what we're doing with our trading hall right now. I know we haven't showed too much for that since I've started this season, but that was the whole reason I went over there, is to make a trading hall with a build with it. But I'm officially ready to get started. I'll probably show it in a couple time lapses, so let's get started on that. And that was a couple quick time lapses. The furnace array is done. As you can see, it's been some time. I'm actually re-recording this quite a bit later just because some footage got corrupted. Not corrupted, just broken a little bit. I guess maybe corrupted. But I also have switched out for furnaces because I needed some netherrack. Is what it's called? No, whatever's in the fortresses. But as we're finished waiting on that, we'll go ahead and point out a couple things. First thing being is this is completely built in the wrong spot. I'm supposed to build this quite a bit further down. I don't know where I got the 3 block in between idea from. And again, not a bad setup. But I think we are going to continue to work on our circle. As you can see, I've made a little bit of progress out there. But that is not shown yet, so let's get to that. Alright, we have the pillars in place for the dark oak. But that's going to wrap it up for me in real life. I'm going to go to bed because I have to be up early tomorrow. Actually, in a couple hours now. But yeah, next thing you'll see is me completing the top part of the circle. So I'll see you later. Alright, we have finished the top of the base. Actually, no we haven't. I just realized I haven't put in the copper stairs or slabs yet. I will do that in a second. But yeah, I'm really liking how this is looking. This is one of my favorite builds I've done so far. I do want to change a couple things. First thing being these two sandstone pillars right next to each other. It looks like there's just kind of like 5 in a row. So I think I maybe want to try putting some copper in this one right here. I'm not sure if it would be oxidized or not. I will put it in normal first, and then we'll let it oxidize, and we'll decide after we see it like that what we want to do. And the other thing, at some point I want to figure out what I'm gonna do with the top here. I did have an idea to make the top like houses. I don't know how great that would look or how well I could pull that off. But kind of matching the same vibe of this like Tuscany Vienna vibe. I don't even know if those words are even correct, but yeah, that's just kind of the idea I'm thinking about. Let me know what you think about that. But yeah, let's get those blocks in and the copper in as well. Alright, before we check out our circle again, I definitely didn't make my gardening farm into a Swift farm only. Definitely not what I just did, even though that's exactly what I did. Basically, I just put filters here to only get the ink sac, so I don't have to filter through all of that junk. Whenever I need all that again, I'll go ahead and switch this back to not filtering out just ink sacs. But I've done a couple AFK sessions, got about 3 double chests full of ink sacs. So hopefully we won't have to do this again for a while. But let's head back over to the circle and see the changes we made. And we're back at our circle. This is what we're looking like now. All the copper has oxidized for the most part. If we do take a look over here, the copper here kind of just blends in. So I don't think I'm going to keep it as oxidized copper. But now that all the copper where the water is supposed to be has oxidized, let's go ahead and turn this back to regular or just normal copper and see if that looks a little better. Alright, so that's what we're looking like with the copper right there. It's not my favorite right now, but I'm going to leave it there and see if it grows on me. But for right now, I'm going to take all this wood and I'm just going to bring all these pillars down. The back pillars here and the front pillars here. So I did some farming off camera. Hopefully I have enough. This is about what we're looking at right here. But yeah, I'll be back when I finish with that. So I only had about half of what I needed. I was only able to get the inner layer here done. So I completely underbid how much I thought I would need. But basically, I'm going to need to farm some more dark oak. So I figured I'd show you kind of what I do. So this is where I've been farming my dark oak recently. I finally have a little bit of a stockpile of dark oak saplings. But basically, I put my dark oak saplings on here. I get my bone mill out. I bone mill 3 trees. And on this last one right here, I'm actually going to put the TNT in. Where you at? So I put the TNT in, and then I light it, and then I grow the last one while the TNT is igniting. So it's all the way enclosed, and wow, that is literally the first time I've ever had it explode the dirt. That's crazy. My little ninja star. Kind of looks like a ninja star. But yep, I just continue to do this. I usually do about 2 TNT per tree. So basically for this next one, I'm just gonna manually do it. So put that in there. I can't do it like that now I think about it. Otherwise, I will definitely not make it. Yep, that's pretty much it. So I started off with 32 saplings, so I'll let you know how much I get, how much wood I get from this, because this isn't gonna return all your saplings. Usually I find it returns about half, so I'll probably get to do this 2 or 3 times. 3 or 4 times probably. But yeah, I'll let you know how much I get off of 32 saplings total. Alright, so we lost about 20 saplings, but we did gain this much wood, about 2 rows worth. So I'm pretty happy with that, so we should be able to get building again. Well, it looks like this is broken. And if I had to guess, it's probably my fault. There's just villagers everywhere. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's a lot of you in there. But I suppose I'll leave these guys for now, and I guess I'll look into that later though. But we do have all the logs in here. It's just very annoying to place all these logs, but I'm glad I got it done. I think it will make it a lot easier in the long run, just knowing exactly where everything's supposed to be all the way down. Speaking of all the way down, I do plan on going all the way down to bedrock again. So pre-118, this was all down to bedrock almost. Like, I didn't want to see the bedrock, so it was a couple layers above. But now we have 1.18, and all of the deep slate. Apparently you guys can spawn in here, that's fun. So I have started digging out a little bit in here. Literally the worst thing in the world. Not being able to haste mine all of this is like the biggest disappointment in my life, probably. So the first thing I've been doing to make this not be so bad, I guess, is I've been using TNT, basically. I'll show a clip right now, but basically one TNT takes out a 3x3 cube. It's not the most like efficient block per TNT used like method, I guess, if you know what I mean by that, hopefully. But it does help like the monotony of just constantly mining a block that can't be haste mined. Because when you're haste mining, it's honestly not horrible. There's all different ways you can do it. You can just go all the way around like this. You can go down like this one row, or you can do a big 3x3 area. There's a lot of different ways to do it. But basically, either way you do deep slate, it's going to be slow and boring. And then the next idea I was thinking of was using moss. Hopefully that works. I'm pretty sure you can bone mill moss on deep slate and it'll convert. Hopefully. Only downside to that is you don't get the deep slate, but you do get moss. But moss is a lot easier to get than deep slate. So I might do like half of this mining deep slate and then half of it as moss blocks. Because I have gotten actually I have gotten a pretty decent amount of deep slate just from this area right here. So just from these areas I've dug out right here in this one section right here, I've probably gotten like close to 4 double chests. And I suppose I can actually take a look at how much I actually have in my storage system right now. Did I say double chests? I meant shulker boxes. So I have 3 shulker boxes plus this one right here, which is actually in the wrong spot, it looks like. So I have 3 plus what I have right here, which isn't from that mining, and then whatever is in the actual shulker in there. Alright everybody, that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. We were able to get the resources we need to build our base, as in the Dark Prismarine. We were able to actually start a pretty good chunk of our base. And I've actually down here started to dig out farther down. I've gotten the edges dug out, and then I have the middle to go. But right, if we go real quick, if we go down here, this is gonna be insane. Right here, this first layer is only at 1, and the second layer is only at -2. So we have to go all the way down to bedrock, which is like negative like 50 something. So this is gonna be a big project, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it, to be honest. But once again, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to continue watching the series, and I'll see you in the next one.